Good afternoon, everyone. It's about 5:10 p.m. on Thursday. I'm sorry, December 8th, 2022. We'll probably do one or more of these this year as we head into the holidays. Uh, as you know, I'm also moving. I need a little bit bigger place. Uh, the, uh, this was supposed to be on yesterday on Wednesdays normally. Moved it to Tuesday because I was expecting a guest in town for a few days. I had to cancel that because on Sunday I was admitted to the hospital. Long story. I had rhino virus. Has nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Republican, a GOP legacy Republican. Not with the Trump thing. Thank God, I've been the same way all these years. But this is just called rhinovirus. It's a very extreme case of cold, a common cold, but it was really extreme. And so I've had cold all my life, quite a bit. This one was something different. The problem is you have a breathing issue. And the first trigger, so you know, is that your pulse oximeter drops. You go below 90. I was at 88. You start having the damage to your organs very fast. So I immediately drove over there and they put me on oxygen before even they took my name and signed me in. So, as you know, down here is the fourth biggest county in terms of net worth per capita, and older folks, of course. So there's a lot of medical needs. So a lot of doctors are down here. We have extreme quality healthcare down here at a good price, reasonable price, I think. But they take care of you good. So I'm here. They took me overnight, and actually, the doc said we probably could let you go, but I want you to stay here overnight. In the morning, the new guy came in, looked at me, and said, "You got to go. Tell me how you do on your systems." I said, "Okay." He says, "Take my card. I wanted to sign up." I said, "Okay." Now I swear to you, that was the system. I mean, that was the exchange with the doctor in the morning who released me. So I want to know what you're doing. Your health is good. Go home. So anyhow, I took it easy Monday, but I engaged up Tuesday and Wednesday and today. So and tomorrow's Friday. Now, calendar-wise, those of you in the future, as you know, that's our main business. More and more is coming that way. I mean, more than 90% of our business right now is futures. Is that if you look at the calendar, CME has a page that says we start the new contract, the H23, on Sunday, on the Sunday night Globex session. So it's Sunday 11th. Now, of course, the morning session, which were the system trades, it will be on the 12th. Before, it used to be starting on a Thursday. We would wait because of our OTF technology, look for bigger volume. Block volume is based on block volume. And that one wouldn't show up until Friday anyway. This way, our OTF is going to be clean too. By the time we get to Sunday night, we're going to have a clean system, both OIB and OTF. Okay. The DMZ section is doing really, really well. My sub project called Tiger Shark, which is a aircraft I worked on at Northrop F-20, it needs some more updates stuff. We're testing a few. I've also updated a couple of items for it. For the time being, we're going to put it on the side. Holidays are coming. I got to move. I have a couple of hedge funds who are very hot to trot about it. I put them on ice. The one guy was not happy at all, but I don't care. It's not ready. It's not ready. I don't go by people's emotions. This is serious business. So we're gonna revisit this in January. I did a little bit of rest time. It's been a really, really one of those years. Fairly active, as you know. So with that said, what else is on our part? I'm going to stay down in Naples. The key is to have Comcast, and I will need a yard for Tico. That's the goal. So that's what we're looking for. And secure place, but not close to water. Well, my investors come absolutely flipped out when he found out the water came 41. And then where we are in this preserve, because the canals, water got overloaded. We had fish in the cul-de-sac I'm on. Yeah, they had to come and clean it up. Yeah, because water overflowed it and came out into the some of the grass and then into the cul-de-sac. So That was, even though I'm about at least a mile inland. So I'm going to go further out. Further out. Doesn't have to be fancy. I mean, I want to make sure that my computer survives. Some of the folks really freaked out because of what they were seeing on TV. And these are big money people. You cannot joke around. But I've always said the hedge funds own this country. It's not anybody else. It's not the senators. It's not the White House. It's not one or two entrepreneurs or what do you call it, industrialists. It's the hedge funds. They talk. This market is theirs. This country is theirs. We happen to live here because of them. That's how it's evolved. So whether you like it or not, you better have another drink and think about it. That's the reality. So when they talk, you listen. Just look at their firepower. All right. Okay. Jobless claim today came in line. Markets showed nothing. We saw that live. I don't look at EIA, but let's see what the number got posted here. Excuse me. 226, we kept 230. Yeah. Nothing big. Yeah. I think now one of the gals in the room, Anita, she was telling me she keeps track of our news for us. Welcome. She just walked in. Bravo. Hey, Siam, Mike, how are you? Hi, Monroe. Welcome. She expects, and she's background is economics. She expects the next week this summer going to go. I kind of agree with that. Even though I'm not in econ business and I don't do forecasting on econ, I do listen and I do read. You know, always improve yourself by hanging on with people better than yourself. That's the current reading I kind of like. I kind of think it's going to happen because of layoffs. Some of the big FANGs companies and so forth are going to have these layoffs. I think the big tech is in trouble. We know that, but my point is, I think that's priced in. But so the market reaction should be mute, but the numbers should be bigger than this 220 to 230 range we've been at, or this consensus range, which is pretty standard these days. Last few months, about 210 or 200 to 250, 260. Yeah, that's gonna grow. Next, so I guess I haven't eaten much. I don't have much appetite. I don't know about balance sheet. Now this is what you hear on the. If you want to hear this analyzed, go listen to Stocks and Jocks. The radio program was on Thursdays out of Chicago. That Tom Howe, the partner at PTI, he's a big guy on this. He really understands that. All right, tomorrow we have PPI at 8:30, and they put the PPI early this week. So CPI is going to be next week. That's normal. We're slowly getting back to normal. I don't know why they were giving CPI first. Usually it's PPI, then CPI. Producer's Prices Index for November. We talked about it this morning. 0.2, yeah, that's okay. I'm worried about this number. This is my number. I'm going to look at year to year, 7.2. Notice this is a little bit below what the inflation is now on a CPI basis. That's normal. We're going to keep that. And then, of course, 5.9, which is ex-food and energy, year to year. Yeah. Here's the range. We'll see how the numbers come. And interesting would be the reaction to it. Remember, it's 8:30. Those of you who want to trade this, better be early. Never jump in front of a number. Don't have a number. Don't tell me what your number is. Don't trade it. Don't put your order in because of your number. See what the market does versus consensus. Learned it a long time ago. Market doesn't care what you think. Doesn't care what I think. Doesn't care the guy next to you thinks. Market is going to do its own thing. What your job is to observe that and then trade accordingly. It's not easy. Remember, market is anti-logic. That's why all these engineers and economists and so on have trouble because they've been trained to be logical. Market doesn't work like that. So you just got to wait. Every time I had an opinion, I went into a trade before the number, I lost. Now it's like 50-50, but before it was 100 to 0. Yeah, just don't do that. Slow it down. Wait number come. Wait a bar or two. Then it's stabilized. Next number, consumer sentiment. That's at 10 a.m. Yeah. Now notice that's the green report. Where's my mouse? There we go. That's the green report. All right. So less importance. And then of course there's also inventories. All right. In line. They're expected to be in line. 56.8, 56.8. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No change from December. They're expecting the same. We'll see. Well, we have a lot of issues. This country has never faced so many issues. Plus, we are divided and we can't agree on anything. Plus, we got some crazy. And then in between, you have another crazy crew in between. So, bunch of dodos. All right. Sorry, I'm a Navy guy, but don't take prisoners. Yeah. Okay. We're going to talk about this later. So that's it with the econ calendar. Let's go to the charts. All right. As we talked before we were around here, we said another leg should be in there. We still think this is it. We added a new trade for PMT, and we expect somewhere in here area where the 50 bar is. And look what we're getting with the -3 sigma. There's a confluence building up here. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not worried about 29 handles. It's a little bit bigger than I thought. Why? Because of rollover. Some people are still doing the rollover. The old school guys are still doing the rollover. It shouldn't be, but because they're not in sync with CME guys, I think. But and then let's see what the PPI is. If the PPI comes big, then this is gonna get pulled down. Remember, the employment component is still very strong, as proved by as evidenced by non-farm payroll. Okay, the rates are up there to some degree. They're pulled back somewhat, but you can see the front end is still up there. Isn't giving up that much. As a matter of fact, last month, this is last month, as we drop down on the cars, houses, healthcare stuff, long term, as the insurance policy, the front end has risen. So, the front end, this is the commercial stuff, commercial paper, and so forth. So the money that the people need overnight, the commercial paper, banks and businesses need overnight, that has not slowed down. Are we showing a screen or not? Oh shit! Hold on. No. Hold on. We gotta redo this. Hold on. Oh shoot! Damn you! How are we gonna do this? Damn! I forgot to share. Oh man. Sorry guys, this is no good. Oh well. I'm telling you, I'm not good. Okay. Now I don't know what to do. Anyhow, we'll do the charts from here. Best of his audience. Here's what we're gonna do. Amendment 1. Okay. Sorry, I didn't look at the screen. Keep it short. Oh, yes, boss. Why? You have to go somewhere? Or you got some shopping to do? You're killing me. Okay. Here's what you need to do. Go listen to the video looking at the screen. Okay. Which is Econo Day, Econ Calendar. This is what feeds Market Watch, Bloomberg, everything. This is the source. So, for sake of time, we're going to keep it short, move forward. So, here's the chart. At least we got this far. All right. Thank you for bringing this up. All right. Okay. So, Dennis is coming back. All right. Good. Let's see. Anybody else? Hey, Bruce, how are you? Again, guys, I messed up, but that's okay. Dennis is back. All right. Okay. All right. Good. Anyhow, so just open up the video is running. Okay. Just open up the Econo Day. You could look for it. It's Econo Day, which feeds the most econ calendars. I was just going over December data. I'm sorry, December 8th data. Where's the mouse? This thing is there. Okay, there we go. December 8th data here, and then go to for PPI and consumer sentiment. For sake of time, we're going to continue. Otherwise, we have to close it, reopen it. It's a mess. To sink everybody in. So, my apologies. My apologies. I'm just, I need rest. I'm not resting enough. There's a lot going on. So, charts. Okay, this is timer charts. We talked last time about here. We said we're going to put a short leg on. We did. It's come down quite a bit. We're in the money. We've done good yet last couple of days. we're about 25% in the money when this bar started. A little bit more now, but remember, we have theta decay. I have to take a look and see where we are, but hold on, let me open, I'll load up, get mark to market. Let's see. While it's doing that, I can compute it from our position. Oh, by the way, good news. We did deliver what we said we're going to do, which is getting our newspaper, newsletter here, called PMT caught up. We haven't done it much in the past, but going forward, we're clean. So what you see is now we're posting any changes right there. You get the email as a member, but if you're coming in late, you just joined, there's a record of it, what we did. And the time stamp on who sent it is exactly what went out. So some odd hours, and this is what it is. Here's the trade. We modified the trade to 41.50. We give it an extra. And of course, it really, that was a great idea. They never even touched it when it came down. That day, there was this 4100 was not executed by our other trade people in Chicago because they said it was very, very questionable price print at that time. And so, well, what do we do? And then before we could answer, it sank. I said, don't touch. Let it be. Let's recompute. We recompute. We said, use 4150. So this email went out to you at this time. That's update 1. We gave you a second update where we actually dropped it even further down. Now, did we get close to that today? No, we didn't. 39.75. So we got to watch it. But I think tomorrow, the data should be, because of the weekend and the PPI, I'll give it a better than a 50-50 chance that we'll have it selling in the afternoon. And so you should keep the pressure on. Now, the value now is that we're at 282. Okay, so current, including the decay. We paid, what did we pay for? Let me open up my email. We'll see what the email was from Admiral Tico. Hold on 1 second. I'll show you that too. So you guys see how this thing works. Hold on. Come on, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so hold on. Admiral Tico has got his own email. By the way, he killed it today. Okay. He had let me look at his P&L. He had, so hold on. He of course he looks at the number of Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk stakes, not missiles, yeah. 22. He made 15% today, net. Good. And I don't know how many Tomahawks it's going to be, but I'd say many. Yeah, he did very well. Yeah, son of a gun. Yeah, well, as the count got hit, but we brought it back. Yeah. So, by other trade. We had a couple of bad data days, guys. Be careful. Remember, when you sign these ORB stuff, the exchanges will force you to sign documentation that they're not responsible. This is CME level. For data, your broker is not responsible. I can't be responsible because we have no control over it. The internet and all that. We're kind of cheating here. The internet wasn't designed for this. The internet was for nuclear war. So the instructions rerouted. We're using it in real time. Now for trading, and tick by tick, we measure by milliseconds our ping. We have really pushed the envelope. So sometimes you got, like last Friday, there was an order that was not filled properly. They're going to look at it. They're not going to have it on. They're going to make sure it doesn't repeat itself because they'll be out of business. But it's like somebody asked me, can I go and sue them? I said, good luck. Have you read what you've signed? These brokerage businesses own this country because capitalism is in their hands. They're here to stay. If the data goes bad, unless they do something intentionally bad and repeatedly, but if there's a click up and down on the route, the number of hops that you have through all the routers you're going to go through, do you think they're going to accept that they're responsible? No, that's a chance we all take. So remember that. It's not good, but remember, when you have a good system with a 1.76 win to loss ratio, over time it mixes it up. That's only revenge. There's no other way. But I had a guy who, when our loss limit is $300, I'll give you a story. Really, really smart cookie. He starts the machine. It's in California, early in the morning. Big avid coffee drinker. He's got to make his own espresso. The machine is $6,000. All that crap, you know. And so he puts the trade on. The machine puts the trade on. Says, "I need espresso," and he has one. Then the trade hits a reversal and starts rallying. Okay, he says, "Well, the machine will take care of it. I need another shot." He goes get the reversal and come back. It's losing $200. He lost $1,300. Why? He was the order. This is the order problem we had that Friday. The order was wrong, not from us, but the execution of it at the API level. He wasn't there. He wasn't sitting there. He went to get his espresso. I told him. I said, $300 you lost for the trade. $1,000 you lost for the espresso. That's one hell of espresso. Very that good. Anyhow, now he's laughing about it. But we gotta be careful. Anyhow, if you put a trade on, I mean, if I leave my desk, it's a few seconds. My bathroom is next door. My food is ready. Coffee is everything that I need is ready. Although I've cut back on coffee quite a bit. I bring a pitcher of iced tea. That's the way you should operate. Unless you're a two-man crew. But when we work from home, we're not a two-man crew. If you were on the floor of Goldman or Morgan Stanley, you didn't have to anything to worry about. Your buddy next to you is watching your position. Not here. You cannot leave your desk. And don't drink too much coffee. You're going to make too many trips to the bathroom. All right, enough of this. Let's move on. So let's go through the charts. Hold on. We're talking about Tico. Hold on. Okay, see now, this is an email he sent out. Keep in mind. He tells you what to do. Don't forget, okay? No, let's see. No, that's something different. No. Okay, hold on. Oh, there we go. Here's the instruction he sent out. It says it's ready, go read it. 368 are posted. Set up email. Okay, there we go. Launch command. Okay. He said do that. It was 296. So we're barely making it now. Right now, mark to market, right now, that position is 282. Yeah, 282. Remember, you gotta not do a reverse. You buying the short side and selling the long side to get out. So it's 282. That's the actual live spread as of the close. So we gave some back, but we're down the 10 cents. Yeah. That's because of today. Otherwise, we were ahead. Now remember, you also have a decay. The two added up today. And the vols went down as we rise. So you have vols, time, and decay. Well, time is decay, sorry. You have vol and decay, and of course, X minus. You also got further away from 380, right? Here's our, see where we were? This is where we were yesterday. Here we are now. We want to get to 380 area. So I'm actually happy at 386 area. Why we do this? These are weekly levels. These are usually act as a magnet. So we'll look at them. You get a chart. This is the chart actually you see here. Right here. This is that chart. You click on it and it blows up. Okay. All right. So what we done? So I wanted to share that with you, saying we're caught up. We're posting it as a newsletter, so there's a record of what you're getting from us, both in email and then sequenced inside the chart and in archives. Okay, let me go back here. So do not. Here's the trade we have, but don't get in now. Never get into a trade that's posted and you're like more than a few hours away. Usually it should be the same session. Okay. So I know my cousin got in, I think, the next day. That you can do, but that's it. That's it. So, and he called, he checked with me, and I said, go in. So, and of course, this is posted real time. Not real time, every few days. But I'm saying once we post it, this chart is always updated, including if you go to archive. It shows our record. That's all. Okay. And then, of course, and also we added Airbus name, as you know. She had sent a couple of emails, you know who she is. That's Nancy Scott, my right-hand person. Or left-hand person. But, well, no, we're both on Both of us are on the right coast. She used to be on the. We both used to be on the left coast. Now we're both on the right coast. Yeah. Okay. So what do we read here? Little turnaround here. Yes. Data stuff is not good. The news are not good. But maybe we're basing. I have no idea. To me, this is indecision. To me, this is no signal. Sorry, not every day, every chart is going to have a signal for you. You got to do what I call preponderance of evidence. Look at a bunch of charts, keep them constant, and then you, in your mind, you mark them. Is this giving me a signal? Is that one giving me a signal? And you construct that in your head. Okay, notice what happened here. This is key. This is telling me we have more to go on the downside on the industrials. Transportation is key, absolutely must for what's happening with SPX. Just like Russell is what it does for not utility, but for NDX. Sorry, guys. So to me, this is a little bit fictitious because the lead items, lead items are both pointing south, not up. So what does this next shoe drop? I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be here. But I know what to look for. There's got to be something. There's got to be a shoe is going to drop. That's going to be strong. We'll see that is. It could be PPIs. It could be Putin. Yesterday was a chatter that he had talked about nuclear stuff again. Remember, Comrade Putin is a desperate guy. He's in the toilet. And he lost his favorite ally. That guy's also in the toilet, too. And so, and their biggest problem is that if they run out of ammo, while the war is still going on. So, as long as we keep pushing harder into Ukraine, eastern Ukraine, I think somebody is going to liquidate him. Putin, yeah. A palace school is next. That's a Glock. That's all. So, and I think the country there is ready. The generals are tired of dying in the front lines with no food. It's cold. The morale is low and so forth. So it could be that. Now, desperate people at that point could do something stupid. I'm surprised actually there's not a dirty bomb so far of some form. Today I read also that in the Snika, whatever it's called, the power plant, they have put rocket launchers. So that up above, if they, if you see rockets are coming out of there, if you have a CAP mission running, that's a combat air patrol. You, by mistake, you may shoot it, except not doing it. That's a nuclear plant. So, I mean, when you're a loser, you do anything. You get desperate. We have many instances of those on our news every night locally here. So that could be it. I don't think Fed knows what they're doing. Pretty much come and said that. With numbers this strong, next week is the Fed. As you know, they may come back and say, "Oh, forget 50 basis point." We hinted. Where's Fed? Oh, there we go. We may go back to what we were doing before. Here's the calendar. So it's the 13-14, right? Yeah, 13-14, right? That was open. So that's next week. This time we know what happened. Let's put it this way. So 13-14. Now 14 is actually FOMC. 13 is our Christmas dinner. So yeah, so I'm going to leave early that day, but 14 is going to be a busy day. We'll see. All right. That could be one of the causes. I don't know. What else could it be? I don't know the economic calendar for that week, but something here could go off. Remember, and after that we get very slow. That's typical. That's seasonal. This time over here, post FOMC for December, we go flat, like a patient gets flatlined. So I think between now and then is where we're going to be thinking about what to do on our position. I think our expiration is what, 23rd? Am I right? Let me go there. Okay. Version, I think our expiration is 23rd. Yeah. 23rd, yeah. So I don't want to sit in that week. I don't want to be in a position that. So next week is action time for us. And most likely that period, 14 to 15 area. And then definitely out by 16, which is that's the monthly, that's December. We're running the weekly. Remember, this is the weekly. This was designed that way for a reason. You got to look at the calendar before you pick your before you pick your time, expression. And then also goes, you got to look at something like this before you pick your strikes. So it all blends in. And then I run multiple option chain pairing to see what kind of delta gamma I get. Excuse me, and so on and so forth. So we'll deal with that. All right, quickly. I'm sorry, I'll be quick. What time is it? It's 5:40. All right, I'll try to be done here by 6. I think we can do it. All right, let's look at delta. I'm sorry, the trenders. So positive, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We are 4 and 4. All the 50 bars are positive. All the 200 bars are negative. All right. Very normal. Very kind of a indecision here. It's a 50-50 chance here. It may change next week, but today, that's what this chart says. Which means no signal. SP1 Momo. Okay. We went to a sell. Murray, we went to a sell. Murray, hold on. Is that today? Yes. So today, the system went to a sell. Okay. This is on the daily. Weekly has already been in the sell. But remember, there's a time delay there because it takes a while for this to kick in. So, okay, very calm, very flat number of weekly highs, the 52 weeks highs. Momo is at almost 0, so that's neutral. We're plus half. That's it. Half a signal level above 0. 0 is 5.52. Remember, this is a scramble, not to give away what's inside. What we care about is the shape of it. So it's both neutral, no signal. Now let's go to VIX and VXN. Okay. VIX is picking up. Peter was right. He talked about somewhere around here that we should be thinking about a VIX program. VIX spot. Admiral came back to me, not Tico, the other Admiral, Esposito. But it was a very, very complex trade. Many legs, I just said. It's going to overwhelm our people. No. And then if something goes wrong, they'll bitch that, hey, my broker made money and I paid you for a service. I didn't make money. No, we don't do that. We don't do these multi-leg fancy trades because most of the time you had to end up actually repairing them, and that's what Esposito is good at. But there's not enough time for us to send you emails and change and deal with what did you misunderstood and so forth. That kind of stuff is really good for discretionary trading. Yeah, where somebody trades a bunch of a host of puts and calls, let's say in the spies or queues, but discretionary manages that. It's just too much work for a retail-based email service, so we didn't take that trade. Our next push is this getting the option package on the back to where it used to be. Why? It takes time. Right now, I've done PMT. The ORB is really, really done well. Where the really last parts of it, it doesn't need much. It's just that we're having issues every once in a while with either TradeStation or CME, and we're trying to add a little bit more value in the code to be more tolerant. And so, but we haven't changed any of our algorithm. We haven't changed any of our timing. We haven't changed our parameters. Pretty much same stuff in, 1 entry and 3 exits. And we have run very high. I mean, at one of the companies in one of the system houses in Chicago, the size is massive, and I see it because I have a remote access to it from here, so I can see what they're programming, what they're doing, because they also trade through TradeStation Direct, and it's what do you call it? It's a block trade. So all the MNQs go into one block trade, one account, and 74 NQs. The client doesn't see the result until it's distributed back. And somebody was asking me the other day, well, we want to know what it is. I said, then get out of here. I'm not here to make you a custom fit. I'm not a tailor. You want it this way. No, the other way around. We're going to offer it to you this way. The reason you're not supposed to know what that is because you can't duplicate it. Now, the other one that we have in Chicago, the other system, he gives like they give us snippets and all that, but they get behind. It's not automated. It's manual. We're not doing that. We're gonna go with the native software. The design was built. The software was built on TradeStation. It's going to execute on an institutional platform called TSI, TradeStation Institutional, and it's all one happy family there. And the code is native, and we have the least issues. So that's where we're going to go. Not here to do. We're going to try to make this simple. Why? We have too many people in there, and we have to take care of a lot of people. It's become a bigger monster than I thought. But at the same time, it's got to remain manageable. So if you come in and you want to, like a specialty, like I like to see the ink on my statement to be red. No, we don't do that. We're going to do it one way. I'm going to be like Henry Ford. I'm going to sell you any car you want as long as it's black. All right? So that's what's going to happen here too. We just can't do everything you want. But in the meantime, what matters is what's in your account at the end of the day. Okay? And you should be seeing it from a machine, refreshing. No. Listen. It's not going to happen. What you need to do is relax and play golf or go shopping with the wife. Capiche? That's translation for some of our Roman legion here. Who are present. Okay, SQ. All right. SQ says, oh, you saw what we had there, right? SQ says, we have talked about that before. SQ says basically, we don't see any risk on the downside. The big boys don't. I'm sorry, not we. The big boys are saying we don't see a risk on the downside. Really? Okay. So that's why they're not buying any insurance. Being this low means there's no tail risk, in their opinion, of the large SPX put options. Remember, it's a tail risk. So, and it's only a put side. It's not a both. It's not both tails. It's just a lower tail. So this is failing to act for us, give us a signal. It's this is not made for the upside. This is made for the downside. In that realm, it is giving no signal. So it is what it is. We can't, you can't change it. You can't change the news. What was that? Who was that gal? I forgot. Conway, Kellyanne Conway says alternate facts. Yeah, we don't have alternate facts for you. This is not the place. So yeah, this is it. Let me stop the backup here. What is it doing now? It's 5:47. Okay, quickly, interest rates. Okay, again, we plot daily bars on the monthly support and resistance. Old formula available from the floor. All we built here is a calendar, so it knows what kind of week you have. Is it month, for example? It doesn't plot on Labor Day, that kind of thing. It senses that itself. So the self-contained, self-maintained, built-in calendar. All right. Basically, we had a huge run in October, which means the market went down, and ORB did incredible. This was a massive month for ORB. Remember, texture is going to change constantly. They're not going to be the same always. Okay. But we're always prepared. We're always exposed. Low exposure on the downside when we were wrong. Huge exposure when we were right. So when up and down, I mean P&L, not direction of the market. Anyhow, we're getting plateaued up there. This is the first signal here. We're coming to this FOMC meeting on the 13th and 14th. You see that very narrower now levels. You go from smaller levels. This was huge, of course. And then, because of this, let me do it like this. Let me see. Yeah, you could see what's happening there. As this rallies up, it makes the next level wider because it's based on the previous period. Stepping on dailies and weeklies. This is the monthly. So it has rallied, but slowing down, and so is the parameters. And it's a good tool to measure it against itself. Now, on the other side, the 5, 10, and 30 are sinking pretty fast. So they keep these levels open still. So the differential between each level basically is I think this is the average. And then you have a delta that goes on. There's a formula to compute that. It's published. It's nothing secret. This comes from the floor. But you could see how many times these prices go there. Why? Because that's what these guys targeted themselves. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And you can see where we are. This is the cars. This is real estate. This is long-term insurance, like the buildings and all that in New York and other metropolitan areas. That's how the insurance companies keep their assets. Good paying tenants, Class A buildings, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's see. Volume today has not changed because we haven't opened up. Okay, they're zeroing it out. In 10 minutes, the volume would come in. I would think that, yeah, Z is still lead, and then F22 would be probably next week. Yeah, next week, because this may expire also on Wednesday. Yeah, last trade on VIX is on Tuesday most likely, and then expire on Wednesday. So the spread is at 3.34, which basically says, hold on. Yeah. Okay, we're not at zero, so we're not at the bottom. Are you with me? When the number is negative, we're still too high. When the number gets to zero, that means it goes up here. Remember, these are negative. Then we're at the bottom, and this thing shoots down. So this says, watch out going forward. He doesn't know what to cause it. That's not his business. His business is to show measured risk of volatility by very, very large traders. Remember, this is 1,000. I think this is 1,000 contracts. Yeah. I'm saying it's 1,000 units, 1,000 per contract. VIXes. So this is a very large contract. Actually, if you go to Cboe, there's one section that was associated with this, and these guys are as geeky as they come. Very smart. Lakeshore Drive Partners is a big player there, and very, very smart, extremely smart. These are the smartest guys you have. Because not just they're good at options, they're good at volatility, and they're trading volatility options. I had the privilege of going there one time with Larry Macmillan. We were partners on the webinar series, and of course, they all at one point were students of Macmillan. So when he comes to the floor, it's a homage thing. They come to pay homage and kiss the ring, so to speak. I was just hanging out there watching. It's just an amazing thing to see. These grown men with that kind of wealth come in to say thank you to a professor. Larry Macmillan. It was incredible. So you must have his book. If you trade options, you better read it. Options and strategic investment. I think we have a reference there. If you go there, no, not related to me. I don't get anything out of it. I just suggested read these. It's just a link to what do you call it? There you go. These. I would definitely get this one. We got 3 of them in there. Yeah, I would tell you to get this one. This is pretty good. And I'm sure the edition has changed. Yeah, and that's it. He's a finance publisher. He's sold more books and options than anybody else alive. By far. In the shows you go, they fly him in there. He doesn't pay for the booth or anything. He's a draw. He brings in traffic. Yeah. Very smart guy. Oh, by the way, Admiral works for him now, part-time, in a teaching capacity only, to teach. So those of you who want to learn something there, you can sign up. It's not cheap. You have to sign up through Larry Macmillan website. It's not cheap, but it's very intense. And it's, I think, 12 weeks, one-on-one. That's why it's cheap, not cheap. I think it's 1 or 2 sessions a week. 1 hour each for 12 weeks. But serious option trading, you gotta have some capital. Why? Because the classes are expensive. And for it to make sense, you need to have some size capital and some knowledge to go in there. All right. SP2, my favorite indicator. Got 42.98 and heading up. We ran it up here. We closed here last night. So a move down could be averted here. Maybe that's what this is saying. But it was not oversold, so it doesn't eliminate the fact that we could go down again. Okay, if it's the lower you are, you're already taking the bad news, and new bad news is not going to move it that much. So we're vulnerable. We're up to 42 now, 43, which is neutral area at 50. Now, let's talk RSI. Rendezvous point down here again. Looks like showing up. Where this thing could show up fast. If it doesn't, then we probably, this leg is done. We're trying to go up. Remember, market discounts the risk of recession news in advance early on. So it's gonna be ahead of the curve, not behind. It won't be, we sold in February. Let me say this. Yours truly, Admiral Tico, my boss, sold in February. Hold on. When people said why, right about here, and then you could go back and see. We took from here, long and short, something like 11,000 points out of the Dow. Okay, we've given some back here, but these are all traced. They're posted. The pages are posted. Emails are there, and also Diamond still gets the emails. Why he sold there? Well, because there was no talk of recession back then. That recession is coming. Now that we know recession is coming, market's going to rally. The discounting mechanism. Nothing has ever been invented this good. Okay? Except Poindexter will come in and say, we should do one on terror. We need to have terror futures. Well, dummy, the terrorists themselves will look at it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Where do we find these guys? All right. Up and down. This is today. We have not posted it. We had a pretty good down day. I think Norrisman talked about that. You want to follow Norrisman? Do you know who Norrisman is? Let's go to Twitter. And as you know, Admiral Tico posts these charts. Okay, let's see. Tico. There we go. By the way, B21 came out. There we go. Do you want to follow Norrisman? It's crucial. Okay, you have to follow this guy. Very sharp. It's down here. And then also Walter Deemer. This he's an old institutional. I mean, not old. I mean, he's retired. Institutional market analyst, and his books. I just bought his book. It's very good. It says that here's you gotta read this. You gotta read this. When the time comes to buy, you don't want to. The bottom. It's very true. Very true. You gotta read this book. So, is it that bad yet? No, it's not. Okay, so it's not. We're not at the bottom of the market yet. Capiche? Okay, we're not there yet. The other thing is we haven't seen the volume. I need to see some volume. But anyhow, many new. No, he comments on this quite a bit. I provide charts. I learn from him, and of course, I so often have a let me close this. It's going to drive us nuts. Close the window. Sorry. Yeah. It's going to have I'm going to get a chance to sit down with Norrisman, have a burger at Brooks Burger King burger place. It's a very nice burgers and favorite to Tico. We didn't get a follow through day. We didn't go high up today. So again, this is in a kind of confused. It's involved. Not knows where it's going to go. Let me have another hit. Maybe I need a cigar. How about that, some coffee? Bottom line is, it has no direction home, as Bob Dylan would say. Next. Okay. Power index. Oh, Murray. I love you. I love you. Short. Now, this is the more complex setup of Larry's work. The code was written, it's not mine. I'm not that smart. This is from Peter Cook, and it's giving a sell signal across the board. Yeah, I just don't believe we should be long here yet. I just don't believe that. So I could be wrong, but maybe my head is bad. But this signal was not put on yet recent. Remember, people were asking me another question. When do we know what your status is with the market? Well, simple. You read. It's very, very simple. Where do I read? A couple of places. We'll give you a chart, right? What does the chart say? Current market bias. It's there. It's always there. That's why. That's one place. We do put it more than one place because people have a tendency of missing this one. So let's go to another one. Here comes the trade. It's a short from that. A little extra work, but we try and get to you. And we show also what was our previous bias. So these are sequential. Why? It ties to the emails. Right? So you have a custody or what do you call it? Chain of custody. It's a chain of the timeline. So you know what we did what. Same thing we have done for 15 years. Haven't changed that. You don't change a good thing. It's there. That's how we use it. Okay, let's see. So 2 places you're gonna see. All you have to we do put this also on Twitter. We do not give the trade outside. We do not email the trade. What we do is we tell you go read the page. Okay, why? Because people were sending this out. Do not send this out. You have a EULA, end user licensing agreement. Yeah, this is for your own use. So don't send this out. Now we updated our last email. The last one that Admiral sends out, Admiral Tico sends out, says launch. That one, he priced this thing down to net. There's a net here, right? Of midpoint of a buy point and buy put and a sell put, sell short. Okay, so we have long the put and short put, different strike, right? 390, 380 lower. In a call, it reverses that. The lower value is the long, the upper value is the short. But there's a spread here. Well, we give this out so you can set up your trade. You set up your trade ready to go. Because with the option, you got to load it in. You got to make sure it's correct. Double check it. The second email is the execute command. Why? Because there's a window. Depending on when we send this out, like this, a 1535. Now, we don't have a big window now. Because at that point, we have only what? 15. We have 40 minutes because of the SPX SPY options close at 4:15. This is 3:35. So we got 25 plus a 50, 40 minutes. In that 40 minutes, we're trying to optimize it. We make a decision. A lot of times we do a little bit sooner, usually in the morning, may do it a little bit early in the afternoon, but this was late in the day. But on the November 8th. I'm sorry. No, not November 8th. November 28th. So, yeah, the market. And also, we could have more than one trade for a given bias, but we cannot have a reversal. Is that clear? If we reverse, okay, obviously with the time of digest, we have to change the trade. But here we had 2 trades: 367, 368. 367 we got evaporated. Unfortunately, it did. So, but the moment before that we made money. But this one, I came up. I think it was it was the day. It was right after election. This is it. Right after election, I came in, and then this was a CPI. This was CPI, and the market said, "Oh, we're not going down." See, if you look at it this way, we had a chance to go down. It was still up that way. Boom. An election came bad. Boom, we rotated down. The next day, CPI comes low, and we said, "Oh, we don't have any problems. All problems are solved." I don't think so. We're going to see. Okay, I don't have anything else to report. I'm done. Any questions for me? It's 6:03. Please post your questions if any. I thank you all for attending. We'll have one next week. We'll change it again on the website. Always shows, if you're not sure, the website shows that. And also, I'll show you where it is on the website. And also, you get an email. You have an email. As long as your email is current, you're fine. You click on members. No need to log in. No need to have a valid login. But this shows. This is above. This is before the paywall. And you can always see the date. If it's not, we've made a mistake. But usually it's the date is correct. Did that approve you? Richard left. Okay, good. Any questions for me, guys? Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate that. Yeah. Part of it is work. Work is too much. Yeah. So it lowers you're not vested, and so something like this you can get. Now I am doing it. Let me stop this. Let me stop the recording.